Alright, so before we get into this video, I would like to start everybody off with a prayer today. And that is, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no man, I shall fear no evil. Alright, that is a very good prayer for anyone's religion, even if you're atheist. Alright, it's a really good confidence booster. Okay, so a few disclaimers before we get into this video. One, I will be yapping a lot. Alright, no edits, no cuts, nothing like that. You're just gonna watch me yap over 50 something slides. Alright, whether it's a picture or a video. Number two, I will not be going after anyone in this video. Alright, as much as I think it is messed up in these messages, I can't just go around throwing around the people, and neither should you. Alright, if you're gonna call someone that, you better bring the receipts. Otherwise, you're just destroying someone's record image for no reason. Alright, and that's on you. So, basically, if you don't know what this community is, it's a private server community of Realm of the Mad God, alright? And I've heard things on Realm of the Mad God, but I won't be going for that today. I hear it's just as worse. So if anybody wants to help me out on the prawn scene, since no one else will help me out on this, if you're not compromised or anything, just let me know, alright? That's another thing I want to get into. Everybody you see in this video is compromised, whether it's a player or a dev. Like, you could tell, they could tell you till doomsday they hate these people. But when you bring up a certain person they like, or someone that they know, you'll watch them backpedal and easily be compromised. So I'll show them the video here later. You'll see. I don't think I'm missing anything. Just don't go out and harass anybody you see in this video, alright? As sick as they are, as messed up as everything seems, yeah, just don't do that. And if you want to skip this part, go to slide number 47 for the scamming section, alright? Alright, let's get into the video. So, something about this game is people really like to throw this P word around, okay? And they will throw it at anybody they don't like, alright? See, these two posted this after I left the server, right? Why couldn't they just... I mean, if this was even true, why not just drop what you're talking about now? You see, you're just LARPing, alright? Don't LARP, alright? Don't be like this guy. In fact, this guy is on 5 different adult dating websites. I want you to keep that in mind. Alright. Now, let's go to this video that I have right here. It won't play right here, so I'm gonna go with you. I just want to thank Dawsonese for being dumb enough to send me this video, okay? Like, you sent it to the wrong guy, buddy. So, let's just play the first 4 seconds, and you'll see exactly how compromised this game is.
I'm only 14. Is that a problem? Yeah.
So, that's not Dawsonese, right? Let's just get that out the way. That's one of his friends in this family Discord, which is a prod sir type thing. So that's just one thing already. Now let's go to even more in this video. All the things I wrote down.
Yeah,
this is
there's so many realm pedophiles, I wouldn't doubt it.
So, out of the mouth of the skid himself, right? He even admits it. Now, let's go to 712, right?
For months.
After today, then I'm gonna be surprised.
I love you, good. I've been grooming you for months.
Right. So, just more sick jokes with these type of people, alright? That's the thing about private servers and prod, is they make PDFs a big joke, alright? They think it's all satire. What they don't realize is they're heavily endorsing this and influencing minors to just learn the same stuff and possibly recreate the stuff. Okay, that's what I need you to understand. The goal is to evolve people, not devolve. Alright. So let's just get into the next slide. Alright, and here's just more proof that this is from Dawson Ace. Alright, I don't know why he sent me this. I don't know what you were thinking, but that's on you. So when I asked him about this video, he said the video is satire, alright? Everyone is above the age of 15. I ensure as a moderator that they aren't retarded pedos in there. See, that's where you're wrong. Because you don't know that, alright? And for one, the owner of family himself even told me he was 20 years old. So why is he in there selling furry credits and stuff like that, right? It just doesn't look good on your part, bro. So in here, he quite clearly admits, I only know Pride Predator gangs. Or gang, excuse me. He says, I don't indulge in the server community, I only distribute hacks. Which is fine, alright? I don't care what you do. But why are you letting these people get away? Like, why aren't you doing anything about it? I mean, you have so much potential and influence on these people. Why even just let it slide? So, let's just go to the next one. So this is the part that really made me mad, alright? So Dawson owns his own server, and what I found out was he was in the VC with this guy right here. And I'll show you a little bit more on this guy. And when I told him to ban the person, he said he's just on his phone, right? Now I need you to understand this person is still in the server. So he could have done it over 2 days ago, right? So he's basically just lurking and lying. He's compromised. He also sold this guy hacks, alright? I hate to break it to you, dude, but you can't be a skid and sell to these type of people at the same time. Pick a lane, bro. So, this is King. If you don't know King, he preyed on a 15-year-old. Alright, and at the time, King was 21. So, it is like the most as illegal as it gets, alright? So, right here, the person admits they're 15. Well, not admits, but they say they're 15. And he said, you're actually cute looking for a e-boy. Like, just wait until you're 18. Even, you know it's bad when even the minor tells you that that's some sick shit, bro. Like, you just don't do that. Like, what were you think? What was going through your head when you said that, bro? That is some of the sickest shit I ever seen. So this is the part where I confronted King when I owned UTR at the time, alright? I gave him a role and everything for people to avoid. So in this picture, it's just me going against him, right? And I'm telling him, this is not okay. He says, I'm well aware of the problem with what I said. But if I was a PETA, like accused, I would either A, say something more like in vain, or B, I would have kept talking to him. But that's the thing, you did talk to him, right? It doesn't matter how long I talked to him, you started the conversation. Alright, you knew his age, and you still went on with the conversation, dude. That's sick. This is just more pictures of me going with this guy. Now what I need you to understand, he actually admits to me, I don't know if I have the picture here, but he admits to me one of the guilds he's in, Turkish Camel Riders, I'm not sure who owns that, I think it's Thon. He said 90% of the community in that guild is that P-word, alright? So, it's not just him, folks. You gotta remember, there's guilds and stuff in this game, and we don't know what goes on in these guilds, alright? That's the scary part. So keep that in mind. Here's even more proof that he's still in the server, right? So it's 4:17 today, and he's just still in the server, right? Now here's a big issue with Dawson as a server, and anyone server who does this, right? He placed the P role on a innocent person, right? I know this guy personally. Poen is a really good guy. I've never ever seen him go near or even say anything to a minor, right? I even had this guy on Snapchat, alright? Like, this guy is serious, right? He doesn't mess around. So, the issue here is, Dawson East just threw a random role on a random person. Not just a random role, excuse me. But the scariest role you could probably have. That, you gotta remember, that destroys your image and your credibility and everything like that. You just don't do that. Alright? Like, do it on the real people you think is that, not innocent people. So this is just more proof of me calling him out. More proof of King being on the server, right here, as you can see. Alright, so now we're gonna get into Summer. Alright, if you don't know Summer, she used to be the dev on ROM, and she was a dev on many servers, alright? Valor, all of them. You name it, she was probably a dev there. Here is a guy named Nico. Alright, now this is a very, very concerning individual. Alright, this is a Twitch streamer, a YouTuber, all of the above, alright? So here's his YouTube. Nice face roll, buddy. Here's his Twitch and everything. As you can see, this man is 22 years old, alright? I have to find the, so right here, level 22, but in his Discord it says 22, so I'm pretty sure he's still talking about 22 here. Alright. Now, I'm gonna show you some stuff on these two individuals that is very concerning. Okay. Here is a video I showed Summer. Alright, and I'm gonna play it for everybody watching.
Top half of the gifts at like my top, like probably like 20 or whatever. Okay, maybe not half. Like a third of my gifts on the top like 20 favorited gifts that I have right now are just child porn. Like the not
Alright, so that's pretty self-explanatory. I shouldn't even have to explain that one. Now, I'm not too sure who the person is in here, so I'm not just gonna say someone's name. But I think Summer tells me later in these pictures. So, as you can see, I showed Summer the picture, or the video, excuse me, and she goes, LOL. Alright, so, she's not even taking it serious. Horribly out of context, and it's so funny. Those two quotes you just made do not go well together, okay? How is that even funny? And how is it even out of context? He quite literally said it in front of her face. He says some type of meme or something, okay? So, this is the part where I asked Summer their thoughts on Molly, alright? And I want you to keep this part in mind because they're gonna backpedal here in the next few pictures. So I say, what are your thoughts on LOLI, considering we all know how it works, right? It's a loophole for just 3,000-year-old anime type midget things, alright? But we know the real reason why people create these. And it's actually illegal in the States. I'm not sure if she knew that or not. Now here she admits it herself. She said, I think if you're into it, you're almost guaranteed to be a P. And she said, she even admits that it's an epidemic and stuff. Alright. And she also brings up Animus. And he was only 14 when he had that, alright? You gotta keep that in mind. Now I hear Don wiped on that proof. And I just don't know. Okay? So I can't make up baseless accusations. But I mean, she literally admits this stuff right here, you can see. Now, here we just have more messages. And she's just talking about RuneScape and stuff. Okay, now here is a very, very dangerous video I'd like to show you guys. As you can see, this is on Nico's channel himself. Okay, so this guy's channel right here. Yeah. So I'm gonna go grab the video real quick. Let's see. Right here. So I want you to watch this video.
Guys, where's the children? I'm oddish. I want the children now. guys, it's me, oddish. Oh, yeah, children. Oh, come into my DMs.
Kufu?
Oh,
Is that you,
yeah,
Kufu?
Oh, Rai, is that you?
Alright, I don't think I need to play anymore, but if you want this video, I have it downloaded. Alright, just ask me. So, I shouldn't even have to explain this one, right? Now, what Summer tells me is, this isn't even Nico who said it, right? And I'm willing to believe that. But he is honestly in the VC listening to whoever this is, and he's laughing at it, right? It's a joking matter to him. Now, can you tell me why he enlisted this? Why he would enlist this out of any video of his? Alright? Keep in mind, he posted this in the wrong Discord himself. Alright, so I didn't just go out and find this. It was literally right there in the wrong Discord. That's how bad this stuff is. Oh, well, it was right here the whole time. Sorry, folks. So, as you can see, they both clearly know each other. Alright, they're friends in some sort of way. Well, I can't say friends, they probably just know each other, you know? So, that's obvious proof. Now, here is a very suspicious person right here. This is the part where you'll notice Summer starts to backpedal. Okay? See how she just starts defending him? Right? Okay, so that is what we all know as a LOLI. And if you go look at their GitHub, fun fact, if you go look at their GitHub, I think it's the same exact picture. Alright, so it's, you can just find this right off GitHub. Here's just more proof of Nico in Valor, right? This is Valor, not wrong. I need to keep that in mind. It's a server with 10,000 members, and this guy's asking random people, a 22-year-old, to join his call for foot camp. Now, what if I told you this guy only had 40 messages and already posted 3 foot videos of him in them? Okay. Here's proof that he has only 40-something messages, alright? Could you imagine just joining a server and already just posting some of the sickest shit at 22? Here's my last DMs with Summer, okay? Because she's not responding to me, alright? That's how I figured out she was compromised. Because she just won't respond now. So, here is Nico. Now, what I want you to understand and not take out of context, okay? Arcanoodle is not replying to this, alright? The main issue is, Arcanoodle is aware that these videos and stuff are in this server, yet he does nothing to stop it, okay? You can go look this up for yourself, folks. I have nothing to hide. The messages are still here in Valor, alright? So, Arcanoodle clearly knows about it, he just does nothing about it. Here's another one of Avatar. Now, if you don't know Avatar, he's pretty OG dev, alright? And I'm pretty sure that that attachment right here is him literally responding to one of the videos. Now, I'll get into Avatar in a bit, because I have history with him. Here is more proof of Rom just being fucking weird, bro. Like, this guy right here is one of the biggest creeps I know, and he's also a scammer, alright? He scammed me, literally. I mean, just look at this. These are literal 20-year-olds saying this. So, I showed this to Summer, and she took care of the situation, right? But she still backpedals on this Omega thing. Now, I'm not calling Zen a predator. What I'm saying is, he's quite literally using a LOLI picture, and he's over 20 now. That's what we gotta remember. If this was from 7 years ago, he's had that profile picture for 7 years. That's what I need to understand. That's some of the sickest shit I've ever seen. Now, if you don't know, Summer has over 30,000 tweets on her Twitter. You can go verify this yourself, okay? When me and my friend at 8 AM went through her Twitter on her server, she was watching, okay? And she straight up banned us because we started finding weird stuff. That's what I needed to understand. She's not innocent, okay? She posts some of the weirdest shit I've seen on there. And we got banned for going through her Twitter posts. Here is Summer actually working with me, alright? So I can't totally be against Summer, right, in this, because she did help me find more predators. Now, here's proof Nico's still being on the server till this day. Okay, keep in mind this is a 20. If you click his bio, you'll see it literally says in his bio he is 22. Okay. Here's Davis. I've heard mixed results from Davis, people calling out, but he's usually helped me with finding stuff like this. He also knows about the intimate situation, alright? So yeah, this is just more or less calling out Animus, because we already know, alright, because Gummy deleted the chats. I don't know why Gummy would delete that, that's very shady, unless he was purging it, then I can't really blame him. Alright. Here is a very, very concerning individual. Now, folks, if you go to Cosmic Realms Discord server, this is all you'll see. Okay, this person has been in the community since 2016. Alright, so they're probably most likely the same age, if not around that. And they post this stuff. Alright, you should not be posting this in just random Discords, dude. There's just more proof. I mean, this shit's just fucking weird, bro. So here's Realm Decks, right? And Realm Decks right here, as you can see, I'm not focused on the messages. Right here, I need you to pay attention to the members, alright? They have people in here who have been known to be called out for this type of behavior. Alright, I mean, as you can see, Animus is right here. This kid right here under him is like 14, dude. Alright, that's what I need you to understand. It's like, it's both sides. So, this is the part where I start getting death threats. Alright, now if you don't know, I have over 2 to 3 bounties worth $10,000 probably on my head. Alright, I have over 50 death threats. I stopped counting after like fucking 30. And I also have a tip to the FBI. Alright. Now, I know what you're thinking. Heat Blast, these are all just a bunch of LARPs. Well, yeah, that's obvious. I know that. I mean, these are people saying this in Arcanilla server. You would expect him to, like, not want this in a server, right? I mean, I don't care personally, but, like, it's your server, bro. So this is more death threats, talking about doxing and stuff. And I mean, this is all in, what, Valor or Dom? I mean, you can find this anywhere, really. So here is our canoe being literally aware that people are dropping bounties on my head. Alright. And he says, that seems pretty expensive. Pretty sure it could be done for much cheaper. Okay. I don't know how you know that. I don't want to know how you know that. But you're already laughing, as I can tell. Everybody knows HMs don't exist, alright? And if you think HMs exist, then you clearly use a DW. Alright, and you should not be using a DW. 99% of that is fake. Alright, I need to keep that in mind. Now, this is over in Shunt's Realms, alright? This is my account right here that got terminated falsely, alright? So this is me calling out Fishfin, or Finish? I think it's the same thing, and here is, I guess, his new name. So I called him out for saying the weird stuff he said, and you'll see those later on. And he literally admits he has. I mean, like, you know, like, self-explanatory. Here is the same guy we were just talking about, alright? So this guy is this guy, alright? That's what I need to keep in mind. Now keep in mind, this guy was only like 13 or 14 at the time. And how I know that is because of Avatar. Avatar DM'd me specifically saying not to mess with this guy, alright? He said, dude, he's just a minor. He doesn't even know what he's saying, alright? But I got bad news for you, Avatar. If you look over DXB, right? Minors can also be this sick as well, alright? They can also be predators. I've seen some fucked up shit, alright? Alright, I mean, this is just more images. More images. Jesus Christ. Jesus. So here's a person named Eluzia, who is a content person on the Dom team, right? And they're just talking about websites of kids. Like, how do you know this, bro? Why do you know this? Alright? Here is his last ever message. As you see, he's still... I took this picture today, and he still has his rank. I'm pretty sure this is content team. So that was pretty much all the images. Now we're gonna get into the scamming, okay? So before I get into scamming, I want you to realize that I have over like 50 more images of these people just being complete freaks, right? But this video is already 25 minutes long, alright? And I'm probably boring you to death. But if you want a part 2, just let me know, alright? I mean, I'm sure I have way more on my camera, alright? So just let me know. So, now we're gonna get into the scamming part, alright? So if you don't know, I didn't even own UTR at the time, right? You gotta remember that was Runes and Halo C, who had access to the source, along with the other team. The whole agreement was I wouldn't own anything, alright? I would just be there to be as an owner. And this is the part I need Mango to understand is, how could I be the one to rob you when I didn't even have the source, dude? Like, but if you still think that way, Mango, beef aside, or anything aside, I will still pay your 900 out, alright? You know my Discord. You can hit me up and I'll have your 900 ready. Just let me know. But I need you to keep in mind that I had zero part of any of this. See, I don't even know who this is. He wasn't even on the team. So how would he even know? He says, so Runes allegedly stole some of Heat Blast's profit. Keep in mind, I made zero revenues for this, alright? And in fact, the revenue was supposed to go to Aaron, right? Who remembers when Aaron house really got blown over by a literal hurricane on his Twitch stream? Yeah. Okay, and the money we made was literally supposed to go to Aaron for that hurricane. And if you don't know, Runes was the one that had access to everything, the Discord, everything. He deleted the server himself. So, why are you even saying it's funny that literally all the members got scammed over 1K, like an exit scam? I have zero part of that, and it's not funny, alright? Runes deleted all the oppression. That's what I needed to keep in mind. This guy was calling everybody fake at the time, and talking about depression, alright? That's why he deleted the server. That's bullshit. You know why you deleted the server, so you could pin it on me. And you and Halo C worked against me. That's obvious. And you took all the credit. And you quite literally got me shunned from the community. Keep in mind, Runes and Halo C are still in Realm decks to this day. And let's just get into more images. So this is MCR, alright? This is over 5 donator 20s. I think these are like really expensive ranks that Funky is hosting, alright? I mean, he's got people like Thought in there. Some crazy people. Now, here's the issue with MCR, right? MCR is never coming out. Alright? I hate to break it to you. It's been over 3 years. The server's not coming out. He's exit scamming you as we speak. The money's gone. It's not going on any VPS or anything. What you need to realize is RDPs and VPSs are less than $10. So where's this $3,000 plus going? That's what I want to know. Here is Kayfie themselves. Alright, now if you don't know Kayfie, they used to be an old UTR mod. And they hit me up in 2022 when I owned the OG UTR. Alright, and they're asking for blood work and stuff like that. Garbage like that. Here's a fun fact. I never got the 80 back, and they blocked me. Alright? Really bad idea on your part. Keep that in mind. Here's more proof of MCR just not having updates. Alright? Like, this shit is not coming out, bro. It's been over 3 to 4 years now. And you're pushing one commit every update, bro. Like, this shit is not coming out. Just admit it, Funky. It's not coming out. Alright? Just more proof. I mean, he has all these people excited for what? It's not coming out, bro. I hate to break it to you. Just more proof. Now, here's another very concerning individual, Ika. Alright, I have a really long past with Ika. I've known this guy since, I'd say, around 2021 or so. And I've studied him pretty hard. Back then, he was inviting people to a literal cult. Yeah, you heard me right. A literal cult. He just kept yapping about having a cult, alright? Like, you should not be doing that, bro. Like, there were minors in your Discord, bro. I think Funky was literally a minor at this time, and you're inviting people into a cult. That is disgusting behavior. Oh, hey, look at that, it's Runes. Shout out to Jamek for this one, by the way. I did not see this. Well, folks, that's it. So, in conclusion, this is a very disgusting community, alright? Prod and the private server community. Everyone is compromised like it was Israel, alright? Epstein has nothing on this shit, I guarantee you. Like, this shit is fucking sick, bro. This shit is so sick. I'm honestly disappointed Halo C and, Token. You know, I gave these guys everything. I literally shielded you under my wings, Funky, if you remember. I'm the one that gave you everything. I gave you MCR, UTR, like, and you just threw it all away. For what? So, here's a pretty concerning thing, right? I'm one of the first ever victims who was ever preyed upon on the private server community. And if you're wondering by who, it is by this guy. Alright? Now, I met this guy when I was 17. I think it was around 2019. yeah, so 2019 I met this guy, and I was 17. And if you want proof he was the owner of Winter Realms, here's him spawning. Alright? I mean, look at me, I was just 17 back then, I didn't know anything better, bro. I thought this dude was cool. But, basically, I thought he was cool because he was a div, you know, and, I mean, stuff went sideways, and next thing you know, he started preying on me. He was literally wanting to come to my house and stuff, alright? But he knew he couldn't, right? He even said in the messages, if I could show you, I would. Alright? So yes, I was also a victim to these type of people as well, folks. That's why I took Funky and Token under my wing, alright? They don't even know why I really hired them back then. The reason was because I didn't want to end up like me or any other victim as you saw in this video. Alright? So, that's pretty much the conclusion of the video. If you want a part 2, just let me know. I'll drop a part 2. No one else is speaking out about this stuff. So, I guess I'll be the only one to speak about it. So that's pretty much it, folks. I'll see you later.